Welcome back guys to a brand new season in Blackburn's road to glory after achieving promotion from the Championship in our first season, and then the second season we came mid-table, having a fantastic year at the very top in the Premier League. We finished 8th last year. What a position. The board have given us 24 million to reinvest into the side for this new season, and let's see what they're really going to ask us to do. And they want us to finish in mid-table. Well, seeing as we achieved that last season, that is a pretty reasonable shout. At the end of last season, I was really contemplating that we may need to invest in new centre backs. We have 24 million to spend, and if we can find somebody that can take our centre back pair into the next level, we are definitely going to try and make it happen. We're not going to sell these guys because they are one of our owns. They have been with us for a very long time, and it'll be great for them to lift up any type of trophy that we achieve. If we can upgrade on anybody, I would say Wharton is the #1 candidate to be replaced first. Mainly down to his pace. His agility is only 58, but when you look at his acceleration and sprint speed 57 and 60, that just isn't enough for the Premier League, if I'm being honest. I'm pretty happy with our starting lineup, if I'm being honest with you guys. You know, I don't want to change out too much at this point. Let me just clear up the substitutes and reserves bench so that we can get a clearer picture on who we're either going to sell or send out on loan. So this is how our subs bench is currently looking. The only change, as you guys know, Wilson came in to join our team in the back end of last season, and then we also bring in Ozcan, who was out on loan last season, for Wade. Wade is 1 week away from becoming an actual defensive midfielder, and I'm thinking to help with his overall development, we can maybe look to loaning him out next season. Ozcan comes in as a much more rounded defensive midfielder, so we're going to try to put some more stocks in Ozcan this season and see how far we can move him along for sure. Then down in the reserves, we have quite a few interesting players who grew quite substantially last season, and it's going to be interesting to see what they can do this season as well. So we have Lennon, who grew by about 14 points last season, which is just insane. I've never seen a player grow by that much in 1 year. His finishing is already at 80, ball control. In some ways, he's already ready for the big time, but I'm thinking to loan him out for 1 more year. I'm going to loan out Lennon for 1 more year, guys. I'm thinking to give these two guys 1 more year as the starting pairing, and then we can look to maybe shaking it up in the 3rd season in the Premier League. That's if we don't get relegated, of course. We have Camjo as well, who's looking like a tidy centre back. He hasn't got the height, of course, he's a centre back and he's only 5'9". But yeah, I mean, his stats from a defensive perspective: defensive awareness at 80, jumping 72, stamina 71, strength 82, stand tackle, slide tackle. It's all pretty good from a defensive perspective, right? But we're going to loan him out too, and we're also going to loan out Kai Lambert, who's a very, very pacey right winger, and he can probably vie it out with Lennon when we bring him up eventually. We're going to loan out Cameron, who is a decent goalkeeper that we found last season, and then we're also going to loan out Asker, who is a Turkish defensive midfielder, Baker and Daytu, who are both centre backs that we found in the previous year. And you know, they're both decent additions to the side, because we are building a squad here. When you think about it, it's not only about the starting lineup, it's going to be about the whole squad so that we can effectively rotate, and I'm thinking we are building just that, to be honest. And Bullet as well, who is another defensive midfielder that we found in Turkey. We might sell because we already have quite a few defensive midfielders in our ranks, and we also have some in the academy that's coming through as well. And we're going to be looking to sell these 4 guys at the end: Mendy, Jones, Garrett and Batty. Thank you, but all the best in your future endeavours. The confirmation of all the transfers and loans that we are looking to do this season. It's going to be so interesting to see how Camjo and Lennon both grow in this upcoming season, because they both have potential to be something special, and in some ways they're already ready from this year, but we don't want to step in the way of their development, and we want them to play as much as possible, so they're going out alone for 1 more season. We have some gems in the youth academy also, so we're going to keep Ian Stewart part of the youth setup just so that we can continue playing in those youth games. Robert Sankara has been growing fantastically from the age of 14 when we first found him in Congo, and his potential has pretty much stayed in that 92 to 94 range, so he has definitely potentially got that potential to be special. I'm undecided what to do with him. I'm moving more towards continuing to make him bide his time, let him play in the youth team for 1 more season, then we bring him up next year, send him out on loan, and then see just how much he improves. But he has definitely got a bright future ahead of him. We have James Kirk at the age of 17, potential 84 to 90, and I think he's going to also be a decent addition to our side and maybe a natural successor to the players that we currently have in our side. And then we have a couple of fullbacks here that we found at the back end of last season from Wales who are developing pretty well. We have Bülent Ganis, who I think is going to step into that two-guy Karamoglu mold. He's currently in the youth academy. As you guys have seen, we have 3 other Turkish midfielders in our ranks, but I am banking on this guy being the real deal. He's very good from an attacking perspective, composure, reactions, interceptions, good stamina, acceleration. He's pacey. We just retrained him to play as a defensive midfielder so he can, really bolster up his defensive stats. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how he develops. And in the search for the Paraguayan that idolize Roque Santa Cruz, we have found Mario Crespo and Paco Alvarado. Both are very interesting prospects coming up, but we're going to keep them in the youth team for now. We still have scouts in that region, don't forget. In terms of contracts expiring this year, we have quite a few. I'm thinking to give Britton and Ribeiro 1-year extensions to their current deals, just because we are currently looking for new fullbacks. We have one left back already that's come through, and you've already seen the 2 right backs that we have from Wales. We are in no hurry with this rebuild, so we're going to give them an extension to their current contracts for 1 year. Regan, as you already know, is a player that has come into our side and shown great passion on the left hand side and channeling his inner Damien Duff. So we're going to give him a new long-term contract. But we're also on the prowl for another left midfielder, just in case someone does show that they indeed want to be the new Duff in our side. Then we have Travis also, who is a player that we inherited and one of the senior members. So we're going to renew all 4 of these guys and keep them here for at least an additional year. Oh, we really want to get Travis on an important squad role. Oh, come on, bro. Why do you want to be... He wants to be crucial. He's going to be moaning all season long. But you know what? We're going to keep him for 1 more year. We just want to extend you for 1 more year, Travis. Which is going to be about 2 years. So that's insane. I'm annoyed that he wanted to stay for a crucial squad role. We're going to bump him up to 35 mil. And hopefully just accepts that flat. There you go, and we secure Travis, and that is all 4 of those players that we discussed, all signed down to new contracts. Let's go. Decisions are gonna have to be made next season, boy. The likes of Kai Lambert's gonna have 12 months and he has an important squad role already. I don't even know who gave him that. He was a young player. We also have Wade, who's gonna be in 12 months of a rotation, and the Lennon has a crucial one next season, which is gonna be insane as well. Dolan as well. Yeah, it's going to be very interesting to see what we do next year for sure. All of these guys going to be in their final 12 months come next summer. We've heard a few whispers that there are a few youngsters in Ireland who really want to emulate Damien Duff, so we have sent a scout out there to see what it's saying. Even though we already have 2 centre forwards from Paraguay, we are still going to be scouting that region for the next Roque Santa Cruz, and then we're looking for an English shotstopper with bags of potential. Oh wow, Camdro and Lennon, I don't think they want to leave. They both have really stats. I don't think they want to leave, but I want to loan them out 1 more year. I really want to loan them out 1 more season. We'll see what comes of it. Let's just see. Finally, after like 38 weeks, we can finally make Wade a defensive midfielder. Oh my days, that took forever. Now we can train him as a centre half and really try to double down on his defensive attributes. Off those conversations by Camjo and Lennon, we're going to give them new contracts. They may not be ready because there's a hierarchy at the club that needs to be respected, but we definitely want to tie them down for the years to come. As you can see, our future is shaping up very nicely. We have Regan tied down, we have Masteras that we just signed, Blake that we just signed as well, Clements, Bowman, Camjo, and now Lennon. Look at their market value, 12 million and 8.5 million. Wow. And as we look for a potential replacement for the aging Wharton, we may have found it in Taras Mikavko. He just went down with Burnley, and I'm sure he does want to play in the Championship. We've had him on the scouting list for the past couple of weeks at the back end of last season, and our scouts are saying that they are looking to cash in, so we may have an opportunity to bring him in for 13.2 million. Another team has already gone in. We're not going to waste any time. Wow. Talk about throwing a spanner into the works. Oh my gosh, what? We say goodbye to Jake Batty, who goes to FC Winterthur for 750k. We say goodbye to Wade, who goes to Cardiff for the next season. As well as Cameron, who goes to AZ Alkmaar for 12 months. So Ganish just got a role growth plus on deep line playmaker, and he's going to be such an interesting player to use for sure. We say goodbye to Omer Bulut for a Rooker for 12 months. And we say goodbye to Mendy, who leaves for 1.75 mil. Right now, Camjo is the best centre-back we have at the club, and so you know he's going to go out on loan for one more season. And Deidu, who's also going to go out on loan, is also an interesting option to develop too. Do you know what I'm thinking about now, guys? I'm thinking we need a partner for Camjo next season, and my sights are firmly set on James Kirk. What do you guys think about him? The only thing holding him back really is his acceleration and agility, so I'm thinking we need to maybe put him on a training plan that focuses on those two aspects. We say goodbye to one of the brightest young centre-back prospects to come out of the Northwest in a very long time. Camjo goes to Brentford for 12 months, and I think this is a fantastic move for him. Bradley Baker goes to Bristol City for 12 months. Burnley want to loan out Kai Lambert after they rejected our deal. Wow. Man, I want to be petty. Yeah, we're being petty. Bun that. You should have given us your centre back. How dare they come for our player on loan, and look what they done. They sold this guy to some unknown team. Come on, man. They should incorporate a feature where a player could push a transfer or something. And we say goodbye to another of our young emerging talents, Ender Lennon. Fantastic winger coming through, age 18, grew by 14 levels last season. He had Leicester on the table as well as Crystal Palace. I hope he goes to Crystal Palace because they're a team that we hold close to our heart, and a team that is very high in the relationship for us. He made the right choice. He went to Crystal Palace for 12 months. Get in. We're just going to simulate these friendly matches, and we win our first friendly matches with Masteras getting on the score sheet as well as Cargbo. Kai Lambert has made his decision. I believe he only had Union Berlin to go to in Germany. Confirmation that Kai Lambert has gone to Union Berlin for the next 12 months. All the best, and we look forward to seeing how you develop over the next 12 months. Montenegro grew in his understanding as a right winger, so that is fantastic. You know, make sure that when you're looking at your players developing, that you're moving them around. As you can see, Montenegro's sprint speed, acceleration, crossing, agility, and even stamina have all stagnated, or it can go as high as it can go to for his current training regime. So we're going to move him to an inside forward. He still maintains the ball control and dribbling training, but as you can see now, we're rounding him off a bit more now with his shooting stats also getting some love. Cogbo was really just stagnated at overall 71. Offer for Dolan. Are you guys get the next game against Dusseldorf? We draw 1-1, Leonard getting on the score sheet, equalising from Ortiz's opener. And right before we play our final pre-season game, you can see that we have tightened up on the squad front. We're only having our reserves one player day 2, so we're just waiting for one more loan deal to go through, and then we'll be set for the new Premier League season. I'm not sure if we're a bit light, but I think we should be good with these amount of players, but only time will tell. You know, we have quite a few players in our academy as well, so if push comes to shove, we can definitely bring one of these guys up. In our final pre-season game, we win by 2 goals to 1. Leonard and Carbo both getting on the score sheet. Come on. We have some youth scouting updates. So for now, we're going to leave Jack Bromley on the scouting list. From Paraguay, we're going to leave Sergi Duran and Luis Sierra on the scouting list for now. And then from England, we're going to leave Reece Baxter on the scouting list for now. All in all, we didn't really get anybody of note. Pretty disappointing for the first run, but the season is long. And that's all I have for you today, guys. We sold 2 players in Mendy and Batty, but we also loaned out quite a few high potential youngsters as well, coming back at the start of next season. Special eyes are going to be on Camjo and Ender Lennon, out on loan at Brentford and Crystal Palace. Fantastic loans for them in their overall development. They're already mid-70s, going into the 80s, and they have potential to be something special. So it's going to be fantastic for their overall development, and we look forward to trying to integrate them into the side come next season. We also said goodbye to Garrett, and the side is shaping up nicely. We didn't make any changes to our first team side. We're going to give them another opportunity to shine going into this new season, but we do add Oscar to the bench for Wade, who is out on loan. Both Clements and Bowman are both developing really well. Our new Alan Shearer and Chris Sutton combination, if everything goes right, they're probably going to take over from Leonard and Carbo from the start of next season. In the next episode, we kick off our season against Manchester City. It's going to be an absolutely huge game for us. If you remember, they beat us 3-2 last season. Last kick of the game by Frankie de Jong with that scorching hit. Anyways, thanks for spending your time with me today. What do you think about the team? How we're shaping up in terms of the youngsters and everything? Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and I will catch you all in the next one. Peace!